ladies and germs. Oh my god, that made me. Now I'm watching Halloween Kills. I haven't finished it yet. I'm about an hour in, but I felt the need to just start this video because I wanted to start it with the feelings that I'm currently feeling, and I want to just clarify that this movie is so cringy, so bad, so horrible, and I don't know why. All the characters make stupid decisions, do not use their brain cells. Don't even get me started on Tommy, the cringiest man alive. The scene where he has this baseball bat and it's red. Whoever wrote this, do they know how humans interact? Why are people who have zero experience, like anything, think they can take on what Tommy says an apex predator? This man slaughtered the entire firefighters. Now granted, firefighters are not like, I don't know, trained like, I don't know, policemen or whatever, but they had weapons and he slaughtered them like nobody's business. He's killed like, well, I guess if you only count the first, second in this movie, like, I don't know, roughly 20 something people. I don't know, I'm not gonna do the math. And you think that you with your tiny little baseball bat and little sticks can do anything? I'm honestly concerned that everyone in this town are just idiots. And the kids that I was like, those are the only kids that I was like, please, are they gonna kill them? They're so cringy, so dumb. Up till now they haven't killed them, but it's like, God, do people, who wrote this? Like, the little girl being like, not today, Satan. I was like, he's like, we need well-rounded people to hunt down Michael. How do you think you're different than armed police? How do you think that you can... I hate all these characters. They are nothing. They are dumb. It's like the scene with all the all the past characters with like the nurse and the nanny and the dude who's like, I survived an encounter with Michael, and all he did was just see him hide, and then Michael left. Michael was like, huh, pussy, and left. But okay, sure. And then they kill him off, half of that little group, in like 2 seconds because they go out in the car and clearly they don't know anything. And the stupidest thing is the married couple. The married couple where she's a doctor and he's a nurse. They don't know anything. They don't know anything like arms or whatever. And they're like, ah yes, let's go hunt down Michael because that sounds like a smart idea to do. And then when they're in the crux of Michael being there, they don't even know how to handle the weapon. They don't know how to do anything. And then they start screaming and they're like, let us out of the car. And I'm like, you went to hunt down a serial killer and then are scared when he starts to serial killer stuff? And then the lady who's a doctor, she has the gun, right? Because she took it from her husband because her husband didn't know how to shoot a gun. And she's like, I know how to shoot a gun, right? She gets out first. The nurse is still there and she's like, this is for Loomis. And then there's no more ammo because she was just blindly shooting, because that's what you should do when you have a gun and a serial killer just blindly shoot anyways. And then out of nowhere this lady disappears, literally just disappears. She gets out of the car and then just disappears. Michael murders the nurse and then shivs her husband right in the eye, and then out of nowhere she comes running down the road and I'm like, where did she go? Where did she go? And then she's shooting, not even hitting him, and then he just hits the gun and then she hits herself. I will continue after I finish this movie, but as you can see, I've got a lot of feelings toward this movie. Sucky and cringy. I know I said that this is going to be after, but I think I've got to the part, if you've been online, you've seen everywhere that people are like, Michael Myers is homophobic. Also, my hands are like this because I'm eating popcorn. And I was kind of like, what? And I finally got to the scene, and I think what's going to happen is that there's a married couple, both men, so gay. And they live in Michael Myers' old house. Now again, I don't care how much you love like crime related things. Why would you live in a murder house? Why would you live where multiple people have died? Like, why? You know, just why? And clearly Michael's in the home and clearly he's gonna kill them, because now here's where I feel like every character in this movie has 0 ounce of like wanting to live. Now if it was me, myself, and I. Someone knocked on my back door. Let's check. Someone knocked on my front door. One, I wouldn't go check, but fine, let's just assume that I would go check. And then I come back, and the front back door is open, and there's a bloody handprint. Do you think I would stay there? I would grab my car keys, get in my car, and walk, and just drive away, and be like, hey, cops, yeah, there's someone in my house. Why would you jinx it? Why would you stay there and be like, ah, yes, I'm gonna attack this? And then you see, I don't remember who's it's funny that they call each other Little John, Big John, but I don't remember who's the difference between it. But then when the guy, one of the Johns, start taking his rings out, his bracelets, and his watch, and he picks up a tiny butter knife, I'm like, is your house worth it? Like, is actually your life worth this? Instead of just being like, regardless of who's in your house, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just leave? Why would you just be like, ah, yes, I can protect this house and my husband with a tiny butter knife? Now, another thing, the incompetence of the cops. If you know Michael Myers is alive and well, why wouldn't you call the people who live in Michael's house and be like, hey, Michael is on the loose. We need you to go to a hotel or anything. They don't even warn them. And apparently no one watches the news, so they have no idea that there's killings again. Like, God, everything is so stupid in this movie. But yeah, they're definitely gonna kill Little John and Big John in like 2 minutes. Granted, they're also dumb, just like everyone else with this character, where like, why would you stay in a house when you know there's someone in there with a bloody handprint? Why would you also live in Michael Myers' house? You know, so many things that I just... This is the me after, the me who has finished Halloween Kills, the me who is completely let down by this movie. Collectively, it was so bad. It, like, Tommy had no reason to be there. The whole mob mentality had no reason to be there. The killing of I would assume just an innocent, you know, not well-minded man who... was just so stupid. Like, the town collectively had one brain cell, and that brain cell, you divide it into like Laurie Strode and the mom, and the other part of the brain cell you give it to Michael. So I mean, what the townsfolk don't really have that much going on. Like, again, you finally corner Michael, right? Again, the apex predator, and you bring an ironing board, little sticks. Where are the guns? And the other guy who has a gun is an old man who doesn't even shoot him immediately. Like, don't even stop doing this whole like, oh, we're gonna torture him, we're gonna give him what he deserves. Just shoot him in the head like 5 times. Like, literally, I don't even remember what her name, Laurie Strode's daughter, literally stabs him in the back, stomps his head in, and nothing happens to him. Nothing at all. Oh my god, and don't even get me started with that kid who is like the curly head's dad, who his encounter with Michael was just him seeing him and him just hiding and then being like, oh, the encounter. Whatever. But then he goes to Michael by himself for some reason. And then his kids go in, well, his kid and the granddaughter of Laurie. I'm saying the granddaughter of Laurie because the only character's name that I remember is Laurie. The rest of them is just, and Tommy, because they said it like 20 bajillion times. When Michael killed Tommy, I was like, oh, thank God, this man was so annoying, so cringy, so useless during the whole entire thing, like, just... And then they kill the curly-haired dad, they kill the curly-haired boy, because again, they go inside. Laurie Strode's granddaughter almost kills people because she's trigger-happy, and she just shoots without looking. She could have killed curly hair's dad without thinking about it. And then they go up, and then they separate for some reason, and then she clearly hears an altercation, and she just, instead of getting up quickly, she hides the knife, gets up, and it's like, oh god, everyone's so dumb. Everyone's so dumb in this movie. Everyone is so dumb. Also, Michael positioning the couple in like their picture, like, he had a lot of fun. He was like, you know what, all these people are throwing themselves at me to kill them, I'm gonna enjoy my time. And he just made arts and crafts, the macabre version. But then when Laurie Strode's daughter gets there, and her face is like, oh, my daughter's so stupid, but I'm gonna have to save her, and she saves her. And then the whole mob is like, Michael, you know, Halloween, once people get to play trick, and it's just like, oh my god, just shut up, stop talking, and just kill him. And then, oh my god, they have him down. And instead of shooting him quickly, the old dude's like, and then he completely annihilates everyone. And I'm like, you know what, you guys all deserve it for being stupid. I don't care for any of you. And then when he killed Tommy, I was like, oh, thank goodness. Thank the most Oh my god, the most. And then the whole kill, the evil dies tonight. I'm like, who wrote this? Did you guys not hear how cringy that sounds? You guys not hear how, like, okay, we've heard it the first time. No need to say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then when Laurie Strode's daughter, you know, Laurie's in the background talking about with the cop being like, yeah, he's not human, you know, someone doesn't get up after so many, which, I mean, anyone could have realized that. This man gets shot, gets pushed, and he's just like, no big deal. I'm assuming now they went with the supernatural route, and because they're probably like, how do we keep him alive to milk out more movies? Supernatural route. They already did that in other movies. Anyways. And then for some reason, even though it's a crime scene, which I get, I mean, what, you know, it's a crime scene, but like they know who killed them, but still, it's a crime scene. Laurie Strode's daughter starts waltzing into Michael Myers' home because, like, oh, Michael, obviously he's dead. He's just 2 blocks away. Just 2 blocks. Not even. And then she goes up to her room, sees a ghost there because there's like someone standing there, and then she just stands there and just breathes. And then Michael comes behind her and then kills her in the stupidest way possible. And the camera of her just, it was so, oh my god, so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. So bad. And then it just ends with no one noticing that Michael's there, even though she screamed. And there are cops downstairs. Her daughter was downstairs, but no. Honestly, they should have killed the granddaughter too. They should have just done that too. Like, you know, really motivate Laurie in the next movie. It was, oh my god. Who approved this movie? Who was like, this is a good movie? Who did it? I got a bone to pick with you. Like, Michael was just, I mean, Michael was the only, like, he was just chilling in this movie. He was just, you know, I'm never gonna get tired of him just casually walking and everyone running. No one is running. They're like speed walking and then stopping and turning around. And I'm like, it doesn't, like, it worked before in the, you know, back then because, you know, but nowadays it's like, come on, man. Make them realistic. No one in their right mind having a serial killer, an apex predator, would just stop after running literally 2 seconds. No one. No one. Anyways, yeah, completely, what's the word? Let down by this movie. Like, the first one, I was like, you know what, this is pretty good. You know, Laurie, her alcoholism, you know, her family, the way that they killed him, you know, he wasn't like this. It was well done. This one, the kills just were over the top. And I get that Michael is over the top, but it just felt weird. Something about it just felt like not great. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Like, this Michael, he didn't feel in the sense of like vicious, of like stalking people and just scaring them and killing them. No, it was just like out. There's just so much gore. I don't know. I didn't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. But yeah, this movie, the characters, everyone in this movie was just dumb, stupid, had no brain cells, had no rational thought process in regards to a serial killer. And everyone was like in the news, they're like, oh, we've lived peacefully. Like, have you though? Have you? And the sheriff character literally does nothing. Literally is just there, just to be like the sheriff. But they have him there, and then he's like, yeah, this is a serial killer, Michael Myers. And then he's at the hospital, and he can't even, here's the thing. If you start hearing people talking as like a mob, you cut that immediately. You're like, hey, shh, you take Tommy away. You lock him up in a room and tell everyone to chill out. But no, he just lets him rally people up and scream and yell, and then they murder an innocent man. Because they assume it's Michael. Here's the dumbest thing, right? He's like, how do we know it's not Michael? I'm like, literally, you've seen Michael. The majority of people have seen Michael. He is a tall, lanky man. This dude is short and a little bit heavier than Michael. And he's literally walking like he's terrified. Do you genuinely think Michael, your apex predator, is gonna go wobbling away in fear? Again, no brain cells. None at all. The evil will be defeated. Oh, God. Also, the flash backwards and flash forward, well, not flash forward, the present and the past, sometimes I would get mixed up and I was like, wait, what am I watching? But that's probably just me not noticing. I was like, wait, hold on. Why is Michael over here? Wasn't he like burning in a building? Also, this scene with the firefighters, oh my god. Again, you see a man come out of a building. You assume he's killed 2 of your firefighters, and you're just gonna be like, ah, yes, let's just power up. Let's turn on the chainsaw. Let's spray him with hose water. Dude, you call the cops, you get into your fire truck, and you walk away. Well, drive away. Why would you be like, yeah, square up with this man walking out of a burning building? Yeah, this movie's bad. What's with this trend of my channel of just watching continuously bad movies? Like, what's going on? But yeah, probably everyone's already watched this because this came out a while ago. Well, not a while ago, but a while ago. But yeah, sucked. I have nothing else today. Bye.